Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am out here at Hank Anderson Park in Carrboro, North Carolina. This is a small kind of township village just outside of Chapel Hill, North Carolina, near Durham, Raleigh. And this is a neat little course kind of tucked away off of Highway 54. And hole number one here starts right next to the highway, so it's a little loud. But once we get going through the course, it'll kind of quiet down a bit. But hole number one is just a short 245-foot downhill shot. Like I said, I'm going to play an all Kastaplast bag today. I'm really wanting to kind of check out these Kastaplast discs and kind of see, how they fly. I've thrown Kastaplast a little bit before, so I do have some experience with them. But this is a complete bag. And I'm going to start with the Reco. On hole one, I haven't had any practice or anything. It's my first throw, which seems to be usual. I should probably start warming up before I do videos, but whatever. But I'm going to take the Reco. This is a 3301 putter, your standard putter, in the K1 plastic. And this K1 plastic is absolutely incredible. If you've never felt Kastaplast plastic, their K1, I mean, it's awesome. It's one of the best feeling plastics you'll probably ever feel. And I wouldn't be surprised if when House of Discs picked up, basically Discmania, Latitude, Dynamic, Westside, and Kastaplast, that they didn't kind of get together with Kastaplast on the the Latitude and Dynamic side for their Supreme and Royal Grand plastics. And I wouldn't be surprised. They might not have, but feeling those discs compared to the K1s, they're very similar. So I would think that Kastaplast may have had some input there. But K1 is absolutely incredible plastic. Very grippy, very premium. But let's see what we can do here. First throw. Oh, that Reco was straight. The little fade at the end, that was awesome. I'm gonna try to throw every disc that I have in the bag. I've got, I think, 15 discs, including the putters, in the bag today. And so I'm trying to show off this course. I do have the cart that I'm pushing right now with the camera mounted to it. And this first hole is downhill. Pretty rooty, but there's a little path here that you can kind of get down with the cart. I do know that some of this course is not going to be cart friendly, but most of it is, and so I'm going to try to point that out so you can make a decision if you come out here whether you want to carry a bag or bring a cart. Pull cart would probably be just fine. Push cart may be a little bit more difficult, but we'll see as we go through here. As you can see, this shot's pretty straight downhill. You don't really hit any trees until you get probably about 80% of the way down, and then the basket's just surrounded by trees. So it kind of gives you an open first shot to get down here to the bottom, and then maybe you can fight through to the basket, or you might kind of hit a tree and bank off, but you'll probably be somewhere around circle one. So I'm also putting. I got these 10th anniversary Reco K3 putters. Absolutely great feeling putter. It's almost like a partial rubber blend on this one. So it's got really good grip to it, but let's see here. Not a good stance. Oh, that was awful. That was awful. Kind of felt my push-off foot slip a little. But that was just a bad putt. Should have been an easy birdie, but I'm gonna make it an easy par. Alrighty. Even through one. And I really like the color on these Recos as well. This kind of forest green. Very cool color. But most of their colors they pop pretty well on these Kastaplast K1 discs. They're bright, they're vibrant. All right, so is there one or two pads here? I don't know if there's multiple pads out here or not, but I can't remember for sure. But it looks like hole 2's pad is back here. So a little bumpy trying to get back here with the cart. Got some thick roots kind of in the pathway, but not bad. Not bad at all. It's a little chilly out here today, but it's supposed to get in the 60s by this afternoon, so I'm hoping after a few holes here. Oh my gosh, okay, trying to get the cart where I want it here is a little tough. Sorry if you're getting kind of flipped around here, but trying to get where you can see the basket. Very tight. It's only 188 feet, but it's uphill. And I mean, you've got nothing. This is rough. I'm not a real fan of these types of holes, but where you basically have super skinny gaps right off the tee. I much prefer when you have to hit a line far, down the fairway versus right off the tee. I like it when they put this further up, so that you have to hit, you at least can hit your line and then have it fly into the line instead of trying to force it through a gap. That's just me personally. I know a lot of other people have different opinions on that, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to throw here. Only 188, but I'm thinking maybe a mid that I put on a lot of hyzer and go up this right gap. That middle gap looks ridiculous, especially with this leaning tree here. It's just, that's rough. So let's see here. I think I'm gonna throw the Cax. The Cax is a 6502 disc. What you'll find with Kastaplast is in their fairways and mids, they have a lot of 6 speeds and not many 7 speeds, which is interesting. That's not kind of normal, but I've thrown a Cax before a long time ago, and I really liked it, so I just got to hit this gap. Biggest thing is hit that gap. Big hyzer. Just missed it. Oh well. Let me throw a Svea. This is the Glow Plastic Svea, and this is a discedized by Melissa disc. They're going to be one of my sponsors for 2026. If you're interested in any disc dyeing, she does an incredible job. Does very well. Does multiple types of dyes, Floetrol, glue, all of those. I think she does shaving cream too, but maybe not as much. But check them out online. Just search Google for disc dyes by Melissa, or the video will have a link. I'm gonna try the Svea. I'm gonna try to hit that gap. The Svea is like a fuse. If you've ever thrown a fuse, it's very similar. Nope. That's such a... Oh, I hate these gaps. Not a fan of hole 2. Just... Hole 2's tee shot. Not a fan of it. Alright, but the second shot should be doable. I'm going to throw a yarn on a forehand. The yarn is basically like a zone. It's that approach disc. I'll try to throw it right up that gap on the left side and have it cut back to the basket on forehand. Oh, nope. Just missed it, but should make an easy bogey. Unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not a fan of hole 2 out here. So far, hole 1 has been a good cart hole. Hole 2 has been an awful cart hole. Would not recommend the cart for hole 2. Alright, pick up the Svea. Might could have thrown the Yota, but we got plenty of time to throw more discs. But yeah, for me personally, I don't like holes that have trees essentially, 20 feet off a tee pad that are just smothering the hole, smothering the pad. Not a fan of that, but some people are. All right, long par save here. Get in. Ooh. I was hoping it might hold up, but it fluttered down. All right, how do I get to hole 3 from here? There's a tree that came down over the basket. Okay, I think maybe it's right behind it, the path. Lots of rocks here. Lots of big stones in the way of the path. I might have to pick up this cart and carry it. Yeah, I gotta pick up the cart. So, right there, hole 2, you're probably gonna have to pick up the cart and carry it up here to the path because it's just not traversable. All right. Whoops. All right. Tap in this bogey back here. I'm literally can hold the basket while I reach down and pick up the disc. So 1 over through 2. Alrighty, so 2 holes in, I've already had a major workout. So from 2 to 3, the path looks pretty nice. Easily traversable with the cart. That kind of reminds me of hole 17, or between 16 and 17 out at Chapel Hill Disc Golf Course, UNC. As far as you have to pick up your cart and carry it to get to the next pad. Alrighty. Hole 3, 222-foot par 3. Is this going to be a spike hyzer or maybe it's a forehand? This might be a forehand, so I'm going to try, see, 222. I'm going to take a stall and just put it on a little flex forehand. 9403. It's kind of like a Firebird, although it might not be as stable as a Firebird. Might be a little less stable, but I'm just going to try a little flick forehand flex. We're just going to see kind of what happens here. Oh, that's really stable. I was wrong about that. That's really stable. All right, let's try something else. I just picked up a Malm 1040 2.5. Let's see what the Malm does on a forehand. Oh, that's much nicer. That was nice. Okay. I shouldn't say it's nicer. It's just not as stable, so it kind of held the line longer before it just dumped. Just had a better flight to it. Alrighty, so this pathway is definitely riddled with roots, but it's downhill, so it's not as difficult as going uphill with a lot of roots. Alright, so we got through that pretty well. Alrighty, let me see if I can find, I'm gonna take the yarn and a Reco X. The Reco X is a 3302 putter, throwing putter, so it's got a little more stability to it than your standard Reco, which would be a more straight flyer like I had on hole 1. But let's get up here. Not a lot here. I'm gonna throw a thumber on a lot of angle and see if I can get it to fall back to the basket. There it goes. fall right on it. Okay, a little short, but that was definitely the line I wanted. I felt like it started coming backwards on me there at the very end. All right, let's see. Reco X stall. All right. I can still save par. I think I'm like circle's edge. I didn't get it as close as I wanted to, but I definitely hit the line I wanted. Just might should have. Oh gosh, this looks awful for a cart. Alrighty, so hole 1 was fine for a cart. Hole 2, absolutely not. Hole 3, halfway down, you run into absolute chaos for a cart. If I run into more of this, I might have to go back and just take the cart back to the car. I have to pick it up and walk it. So there you go. 3 holes in, and I've had to pick it up and carry it for 2 holes. Not the best ratio so far. That mulm was probably about 60 feet, 70 feet for a putt, for birdie. But we're gonna sit here and take this circle's edge putt for par. Oh, that was on line. Gosh. Alrighty. Just gotta get it higher and I make it. Get the height and you make it. 2 over through 3. Good gracious. This is not cart friendly at all through 3 holes. But I do like how nice and flat I'm getting those putts. Very nice feeling putts. All right, on to hole 4. It feels like the pathways between holes are much more cart friendly than the actual holes themselves. Kind of nuts. Oh, this one looks pretty nice. I can say that. This fairway looks nice and flat and smooth for hole 4. Heck, you might be better off just bringing your cart over here to 4, taking a few discs, playing 1, 2, and 3, and then starting your cart travel here. All right, hole 4, 308 foot, par 3. That's a wild angle. This looks much more like a flex forehand than anything else. So, I think maybe take the mulm again. Try the mulm on a flex forehand line. I'm gonna wait for this gentleman to get through walking. He's on the walking path, but the path kind of goes along the fairway a little bit. I don't want to risk turning it over and somehow fighting through the trees and hitting somebody. All right. Just got to hit this on the right angle, 308 feet. I know I'm not going to get there. You know what? Instead of the mulm, let me throw the gold. The gold. This is a 13.5, negative 0.53. This is more like a destroyer type disc. Let's try this. Oh, it's not gonna hold it. Good kick. Right in the middle of the fairway, but let me try the mulm. See if I put that same throw on the mulm. Oh, look at that. That might be a good flex forehand disc. That thing is flying exactly like I want both times I've thrown it. The gold and the stall way more stable than expected, but that mom seems to be throwing exactly like it should. So I would almost put that stall, at least on that first throw, at like a 0.4 instead of a 0.3. And that gold was more like a 0.4, I'm sorry, negative 0.54 than a 0.53. And there goes my cart, rolling away from me. Does not look like it's that hilly to just roll away like that, but all right, I got a good ways down the fairway. I'm playing the mom on this one, just because it's the only one of the two discs that have flown like I expected it to. Especially since this is the first time I'm throwing any of these discs. Alrighty, throw the Reco here for the approach shot. Just want to kind of throw it towards that tree on the right and let it fade back towards the basket. Kind of a little bit of a grip lock, but it's fine. It worked out. I'm gonna try again with the Reco X. Try to hit the line I wanted. Nope, that was inside. Alrighty. Not the best day for my approach shot. This course is extremely wooded, so definitely be aware of that. Be prepared for that if you come out here. A lot of trees. There are a ton of trees out here. This is definitely North Carolina disc golf. Alrighty, let's see if we can save a par. Not an easy course by any stretch. Drop. That was perfect. It was just high. Oh, perfect line. Dead center of the basket. Yep. Went exactly where I looked. There we go. You know what? I can't fib on that one. That was a double bogey because of a horrible putt. So I'm gonna give myself 4 over through 4. Hole 5 is to the left here. It is a beautiful park. Alright, so far hole 4 was perfectly cart friendly, no problems. Between 4 and 5, no problems. Looks fairly flat. A couple of rocks and roots, but they're not really an issue. You have a little rest area here if you need it. Picnic table you can stop at. Look at the lake, the pond. Alrighty. Hole 5, 235-foot par 3. Looks like it's pretty straight. You just got a bunch of trees to beat, but it's just straight at the basket. You know what? I'm gonna throw a Yota. 4501. Should be pretty straight. It should be kind of like a rock. See if I can get this straight at the basket. Oh, look at that. Heck yeah. That was a perfect shot. I think I'm about 20 feet from the basket. That was nice. Alrighty, so fairway here, straight off the tee, has a few roots in the way, but go up this left side and you can avoid most of it. So pretty easy. Pretty easy cart. But yeah, this hole is just, you just gotta throw something super straight and just get it to come up the fairway and go between these trees here. And then it kind of opens up again. And then just kind of finish straight, finish flat. And you'll be circle's edge inside the circle. Not bad at all. Alrighty. For a bird. My first real birdie attempt. Oh, that was just short. I know I had a birdie attempt on one, but the footing was horrible. This is my first real birdie attempt where my footing is good. Man, I'm liking that putting style. It gets it so flat and straight. I just got to work on my distance control. Because both of those were dead straight, dead middle. I mean, dead center of the basket. It was just short. I like that putting style. I'm gonna work on that a bit more at home. It feels like I get much better release on it. I just have to work on my my power control, distance control. Alrighty, I believe I go left here. Yep. Still 4 over through 5. Once again, between the holes here, there are a bunch of roots, but it's downhill, which makes it a lot easier for the cart than going uphill with all the roots. So it's definitely congested here with roots, but it's not bad. It's not like going, it's not like hole 2. Hole 2 was the worst hole I think I've seen as far as being cart friendly is concerned. All right, so 238 par 3 here on hole 6. This is a dogleg right. You would think it would be a hyzer backhand, but this tree right here kind of blocks that. It kind of makes this, you have to do a forehand flex, especially unless you've got just ridiculous spike hyzer power. If you got probably 450 worth of power, 400 worth of power, you could throw just a hard spike hyzer or just a, a hard hyzer shot with something super stable to get it around into the basket. But if you don't have that kind of power, you're looking at a forehand, flex forehand. Because I just don't see someone with like 250, 300 foot worth of power getting there on a full hyzer. Because it has to be a high hyzer that goes up and then crashes back in, because the tree with kind of the white paint on it, it's in the way. So if you're throwing something, if you have to throw something that you only have 300 foot of power to throw something fast enough to do that, like your Firebird or something like that, to be able to get around there quick enough, it's going to crash out too early, or you're just going to hit those trees. You're going to throw it straight in those trees because it's not going to have time to move back to the left. So really, this is a forehand flex. So I'm going to throw the Malm again and see kind of what happens. Oh, that's what happened. Let's try that again. All right, 5 seconds or it didn't count. That was a ridiculous attempt. That was just bad. All right, let's try this again. There we go. Much better. And hey, believe me, I leave everything in the video. I'm just gonna count that as a re-tee. That was my par shot. Okay, not cart friendly right there, but once you get past that, it's wide open. Okay, so I'd give this hole 95% cart friendly. Straight off the tee, you're gonna struggle with the cart, but then you're gonna open wide up to it. But so on that, all I had to do was just move a little bit more left on the tee pad to make sure that I avoided that tree on the right. And I mean, it just pushed all the way up here. Did I get through, or did I hit a stone and stop? I don't see it yet. I thought I would be right here. Did I get all the way through? Oh my gosh, I am parked. I am parked. That is a bogey save of a lifetime right there. Good gosh, look at that. I mean, that's inside 10 feet. Or that's right at 10 feet. That was awesome. I'm liking that Malm a lot for the flex forehands. I haven't thrown it backhand yet. And this course, I might not have a shot where I need to throw it backhand. Just from knowing the distances. I've played this course a handful of times, and from what I remember, there's not a lot of like backhand distance driver shots, if any. You could pretty much come out here with, you know, 7-speed mid-range putter and play it just fine for the most part. All right, so not bad between that hole and the next pad for carts. All right, hole 7. This is a 368-foot par 4. This is kind of silly. This is kind of silly. I mean, it's kind of a flex forehand line. Or maybe even just a hyzer forehand, really. Backhand, there's not much. You can go up this middle part and just hope. I mean, this is not a good hole. This is really not a good hole. There's too much random chance here. All right, I'm gonna throw the Gould. And I'm gonna try just kind of a hyzer forehand. I mean, that's just stupid. This is not a good hole, just in general. Unfortunately, it looks like it could be a beautiful hole, but all right, this is, here we go. What I should say is, for this hole, there's not really a disc golf line. It's really just throw it up there in the air and just hope you get through. There's not really a good line to aim for. There's not a good line to say, okay, here's the line, this is what I need to hit. It's more of a throw a disc in that direction and then hope something, oh, there's a deer. Hey buddy, I see you. I see you. Yeah, you go on. I'm not here to bother you. All right, there's my disc. He was real close to my disc. Looks like a young buck. Looks like he might have had, oh, there's 2 of them. There's 2 deer over here. 2 bucks. Look fairly young. All right. You guys are fine. I'm not gonna bother you. I'm not gonna bother you. All right. So, I have really nothing here. I'm gonna take a yarn and just throw it up there. I mean, there's nothing here. This is awful. You might see this come across the camera, but I'm just trying to throw it back to the fairway if I can. Okay, that'll work. It's at least back in the middle. But yeah, there's absolutely nothing here. All right. This will be my first long form video where you might get seasick. So far, I'm going to tell you, this is not cart friendly. Do not bring a cart out here. You're much better off getting like a satchel bag or like a Grip G2 or a CS2 bag and just coming out here and carrying, you know, 10 discs, 8 discs, maybe an upper park, was it the shift bag, I believe, something like that, and bringing out 10 to 12 discs instead of a full bag. You're not going to need the full bag, and take some weight off your shoulders with a smaller bag, and don't worry about a cart. Not cart friendly. All right, so just a little big forehand flex around that tree on the right, hopefully. Okay, perfect. 1, 2, 3, so should be a simple par hole to where even if you kind of get in trouble off the tee pad, you should hopefully be able to get back to the fairway on your second shot, so you can at least get up for a reasonable par putt. Although with the way I'm putting and kind of working on a new putting style again, I might miss this. It's funny, I'll sit in my backyard, hit putts one after the other all day long. I get out here on a real course, and it's just like it completely goes away. Here we go. Nope. That was left. I made it, but that was a lucky make that it stuck. It was not center chains. I'm kind of at the point where I'm saying if I don't hit center chains, it was a bad putt. Even if it goes in, it's still a bad putt. All right. Next hole. All right, this should be hole 8 right here. Kind of moving left off the basket. 191 feet. Big hyzer shot. All right. So see, this is one that I'm fine with. You know, I was talking about the trees right off the tee pad being in the way. This one's fine because the gap is what's the word I'm looking for? Fair. It's a very fair gap for any division to hit. The gaps off of hole 2, or the lack of gaps, very unfair for most divisions that aren't, you know, MPO. And I would even say maybe MPO, it's still not a good hole. So far, hole 2 and hole 7, I don't like. I don't think they're good holes, just in general. But that's, you know, it's me. Everybody has their own opinion. I'm sure there's people out there that love those holes. But not me. So I'm thinking I'm gonna take a Reco X. I'm gonna do 2 shots here. I'm gonna take a Reco X and I'm gonna take a Nord. The Nord is a 5403. It's a very overstable mid-range. I'm gonna throw both of these, but this is a very short right to left hyzer hole. And all I wanna do is get this Reco right through that gap on a hyzer. Got it. I'll get around that tree and get into the basket. Oh, I hit something. I hit something deep. All right, so let's try the Nord. Same shot. More hyzer. I want to spike it. too high. Oh, way too high. Well, no, I shouldn't say way too high. It was correct. It was just way too right. I kind of threw it up into those branches. If I'd been more left, I'd have missed those branches. The Reco X was a good shot. It just kind of gets up here into this area where, once again, it's just randomness. You just get very random. Like, this hole is fine. It's a good hole. You just have to hit the exact line. There's no other lines out here on this hole. This hole is one line. You either hit the line or you're coming up short. You're gonna hit a tree out here. But you have to kind of follow this fairway. It's an interesting shot. It may be a better flex forehand shot, honestly. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, no matter what the rest of this course might look like as far as the cart goes, this is not a cart course to bring your cart. So that's the last I'll say on that. The cart issue, I'm gonna stop kind of talking about it. It's not a cart course. Don't bring carts out here. All right. So I'm pin high. I'm just blocked by every tree in the world out here. All right. See if I can just flick this in the basket. Get it. Whew. That was close. I almost missed that. It tried to come out the left side. All right, so what's that? I'm back to 3 over, I think. Alrighty. Had to fight for that one. All right, so this is a silly shot, if I remember correctly. This one's very silly. 182 foot par 3, hole 9. Let me see if I can get my camera up here so you can see this tee shot. I mean, look at that. What? That gap might be 5 feet wide at most. I mean, this is a silly shot. This is another hole I'm not a big fan of, just because to me this is a gimmick hole. But that's just me. 182 feet. I'm gonna take the Reco, and I'm just gonna try to throw a straight shot, and whatever happens, happens. Yep. It's just a silly shot. Not a fan of it. I don't know what that noise was. It sounded like something was falling off my basket. My cart. Alright, so that's 3 holes I'm not a big fan of. 2, 7, and 9. It's just a silly shot. Very silly shot. I mean, we have a tree that came down and it didn't really make a difference. All right. How do I want to hit this? Like that or like that? I think I'm gonna go a little Annie putt here. Turn in. Good run. Good run at it. So it should be a par. All right. I just don't like the tee shot on this hole. It's just silly to me. Essentially, when I'm saying it's a gimmick hole, I'm kind of saying there's one line. There's no options to the hole. And the one option you do have is a high chance hole, or high chance shot. You know, it's one where you have a low probability of hitting it. Even if you hit the line that you need, it's still fairly low probability because of how ridiculous the gaps are or obstacles. Like, I feel like you have to have multiple variables that have to be 100% made. You have to hit it 100% on every variable to even have a chance to get close. To me, that's a gimmick hole, where you don't have other options that you might can take. You know, there's no forehand option. There's not really a backhand. There's not a spike. There's nothing. It's just you got one line to hit, and you got to hit it. This hole's fine, but you really have to hit this turnover backhand perfectly. 211 feet. I'm gonna throw the Nord. I'm gonna try it on a turnover backhand. You have to kind of get it inside of this kind of tree straight off the basket, straight off the tee pad, I mean. Inside of that, and then have it tail back. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, okay, nice. I mean, it's not close, but it's in the middle of the fairway. It'll be an opportunity for a birdie run. It's definitely not inside the circle, but it was a safe play. And that Nord is nice and stable, so it definitely, you know, kind of came out of it early. It's kind of like a Rock X3, or a MX2 from Prodigy, you know, something along those lines. A Gator. Might not be as stable as a Gator, but it's, you know, similar. Almost a Gator, I should say. Yeah, I'm circle 2 here. Edge of circle 2, I would imagine. All right, I think I'm gonna throw the backhand. Should I go backhand spike, maybe? Oh, that was close. I want to try the turnover backhand instead with the Reco X. Let's see if I can get this. No, similar issue. 2 guardian trees. I just smacked them right in the middle. That was a fair approach. I just didn't do it. This is a good hole. This is not a bad hole at all. All I had to do was get around that one tree on both attempts, and I went up smacking right into the middle of them. Alrighty. See if we can save par. I got a tree in my way, of course, so I'm gonna go straddle putt. Wide open with the straddle. Get in. Oh, tad too high. Tad bit too high. All right, let's move on. Back to 4 over, which I think is kind of about where I usually shoot on this course when I play a tournament out here. I think I played like 2 or 3 tournaments, and I'm usually about this score, somewhere 3 to 6 over, somewhere around there. Like I say, it's a deceptively, I don't want to say difficult, but it's deceptive in what you think the ease of the course should be. You see some of these holes, you're like, oh, this is going to be easy, but then you got here, you play it, and you're like, ugh. Some of these lines, some of these gimmicks. All right, 292 foot par 3. I'm going to throw the lots. 9-5, -1-2. Let's see what we can do. If I can get it down that right gap and have it fade back at the end, that's my hope. There we go. Got it. Come on, fade. Fade! Okay, nice. It held straight longer than I wanted it to, but it was a good... Oh, you might not have been able to see that shot now that I'm... I just realized where that tree was in relation to the lens. You might have seen nothing of that shot, but oh my gosh. I'll walk you down the line of where it went. But yeah, just came straight down this middle section here, went down this right gap like I had said, right through here. I went straight over top of this stump here, and then I started to fade at this little skinny tree here. I'm going right towards it. I faded in front of it, and then it started to bail out and made its way through this gap here. And finished right here, just outside Circle 1, for about a 40-foot, 50-foot birdie attempt. This tree is in the way, unfortunately. I don't think I can get it high enough to really get a good line, so this might be a little short. I'm gonna try to run it, but it's probably not the right move. Woo, that was close. That was close. That was a good putt. I cannot be upset with that putt. I have a long comebacker to save the par though. So that's the, that's the issue with trying to run long birdie putts, is you might fly past it to the point where you're not comfortable. Although this really isn't that far past. I'm 15 feet or so. I should be able to make 100% of these. Should be able to. That should is the operative term. Okay. All right, hole 12, 267-foot par 3. Interesting hole. Oh boy, okay. Is this a forehand or is it a backhand? Let's try both. Let's try both. All right. I'm gonna take nope, not that one. A Falk. 9.5 negative, or 9.6 negative 2.1. I'm gonna try a backhand turnover. If I can miss that tree in the middle. Got it. Okay. Not bad. Might be a little deep left, but not bad. So I'm gonna take the Gould, that destroyer disc. Forehand, try to do an hyzer forehand. Ooh, that got it. Ooh, that was silky. Hit a late tree, but that was nice. If I could have got it down to the ground a little earlier and got a flare on that, I think I'd have been base of the hill going up to the basket. This is a very hard par 3, like to get a birdie on, because you have to get it all the way down here on a big left to right shot, but then have it go up the hill. Another one of these holes that right off the tee pad, it's not cart friendly, but then it kind of opens up. All right, let's see where these two went. Both good shots. Not upset with either one of them. You can see that hill you got to get up there at the very end. So it's like, it says it's 273, I think, but it's really going to play a lot more, probably close to 330, 340 that you got to be able to hit on a rope if you want a chance at birdie. All right, I see the falk. Okay, there's the gold. Very similar positions on both. I'm gonna play the gold just because it's a better shot. So I think the forehand is the right play. I feel like I could hit that shot more often than that turnover backhand. Get up that hill. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. You put enough spin on that shot, when it hits that hill, it's going to go straight up. Nice little jump. That way you don't have to put it up into the wind, because this is a wind tunnel on this hole. So if you ever play this, just know that once you get up to the top of that hill, you're going to have a blast of wind hit you right in the face. And if you try to throw an air shot with a disc up there, just be aware that that disc is going to have some action to it. So if you throw it into the hill and let it skip up, might be a better shot. And right here you can see this is not cart friendly at all right here. I'm gonna have to kind of fight with this. Right there. Come on. Right there. Alrighty. But right here, inside 10 feet or right at 10 feet for the par. That's a well played hole. Dead center chains. If it's not dead center, it was a bad putt. All right. So, first time I ever played here, I got to this hole and I was lost. I didn't know where to go. I walked all the way down there, walked all the way around the ball field, could not find anything. They finally put these signs up on the baskets that tell you to go left. But just in case you come out here and you don't see the sign for some reason, it's the left across the parking lot. So we're gonna walk over here towards the restrooms and go to the left side of this ball field over here. And you can also come out here, park back here if you wanted, and start on hole 13, finish on 12, and then you're right here at the this parking lot. So you could kind of play that rotation instead if you wanted to. You know, if the front lot's full of people at the dog park, because there's a dog park over there where you first enter, where I parked for hole 1. Sometimes it's overcrowded, so you can come out back here on this side, start on 13, kind of make it a same course, different layout. I believe the rest of this backside here is very kart friendly. So if you just wanted to come out and play, you know, 13 through 18, I don't know why you would, but if you did, you wouldn't have any issues with carts, with a cart. This is a cool hole here. This is one of my favorite holes out here. I like it because you have different options you can play with. You can spike it in, you can try to skip it in. You can just try to power it through the trees. I like this one because you have multiple options. So it's only 217 feet. Full hyzer. You just got to get it where that green sign is. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but green sign straight off the tee pad at the wood's edge. Showing go left. The basket's right there left of that sign. I'm going to take the Nord 5403 and just try to throw it kind of like a skip in. We'll see what happens. 217. Oh, that is uneven. That is very uneven right there, so be careful. Make sure you know where the pad is. Oh, I missed the skip. Not a good throw. Let's try another one. This is a fun one just to come out and play with. Cax. This is probably way too much disc for this, but I'm gonna put a little bit more hyzer, a little more height. Try to spike this in. Hit a tree and fall. I think they're in the same spot. All right. You know what? Last one, I'm gonna try a putter. Reco X. See what happens with the putter. Just a straight line shot at that sign. Come on, get left, get left. That's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. That's under the basket. Okay. So there you go, through two mids that were horrible shots. And I think the reason why is because I was trying to take some off of them. So I didn't really get full rips on them. But when I went down to a stable putter, I was able to throw a full rip, which was able to help me hit my line and hit the line, hit the flight I wanted. So that's something to think about. If you're on a hole and you're kind of in between discs, I'd almost say take the slower disc and just put it on a full power shot, or like a 90%, and you might have a better chance of hitting your. I'm gonna take us through this little gap here where my mids are, but you have a better shot of hitting a better chance of hitting the shot you're trying to make when you can throw it more power. So Cax and Nord are almost on top of each other here. The Reco X, I'm gonna walk up there. It is literally 2 feet from the basket. I mean, that shot was perfect. Went slower, parked it. Went faster, and I came up way short because I was trying to take power off of it. But I mean, there's nothing here. So I basically put myself in jail, made it where I might get a bogey instead of a par, because I was trying to get fancy instead of just taking a putter and powering it. So I'm just gonna take a little forehand flip here with the Reco. I hit a tree or something up there, just couldn't see. So just something to think about. If you're on the tee pad and you're kind of in between distances and you're looking at it and you're like, I don't know, this is kind of long for a putter, but I could probably get it there. Should I take a mid and just take a little off of it? Maybe rethink that. Take the putter and just rip it. And when I say rip it, I'm not saying like grip it super hard where you might grip lock it. I'm saying do your regular shot, but just full power on it. All right, let's see if I can save a par here. Are you kidding me? That was ridiculous. It was high, but come on. And then I go low because that's crazy, man. I hit about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 chains here. And it just fell out the back. Oh well. Reco X, literally right here. This is a great throwing putter. The Reco X, if you've never thrown one, give it a try. Very good, stable putter. I'm not gonna say it's overstable. It's not like a PX3 from Prodigy. It's not like an AVR X3 or a P3X from Discmania. It's not that stable, but it is a nice, just stable putter. It'll fly straight and then dump hard left. The Reco will fly straight and just kind of, fall out left. They don't really have a super stable putter yet, but that's fine. The Reco X, you can make it do what you want it to. Hole 14, 292 foot par 3. This one goes forward and then it cuts hard right. Very quickly, very hard right. The turnover, you gotta have some power to get that turnover there. I'm gonna throw a forehand. I'm gonna try the Gould on a forehand and see if I can get it down that gap. This tree on the right is a little in the way. We're gonna see what happens here. Nope. Oh my goodness. Just not a good shot. You know what? I haven't thrown yet. Let's throw the Stig. Stig, 6.5, -2.1. Just to see. It's a mid, it's a little, you know, it's not much. Let's see what happens here. Nope. Grip lock on it. Okay. We're gonna play that gold, but it was a good throw with the gold, but it's just, it's a tough line with this tree right here, right off the tee pad for the forehand. That tree gets in your head. It really cuts off kind of your forehand line. Like if you're trying to hit like a flex forehand, you really can't do it. Just picking up the Stig over here. You have to throw a flip up forehand, and that's just tough, which I didn't do. I kind of grip locked both of those, the forehand and the backhand. But it was a really good flight with the gold. It just went more left than I wanted, and hopefully I can find it. Ooh, this is not good. All right, so you know what? Let's throw the Stig again. I want to turnover backhand, hopefully. Big turnover backhand. Keep going right, keep going right. That was not bad. I did not get as far right as I needed to, but that was not a bad shot. I'll be able to say bogey at least. Which that's gonna put me what, 5 over, I think. Not the best showing out here today, but my main focus was just to get out here, show you guys the course, what to expect if you come out here. I would definitely recommend coming out to play it at least once, just to see it. Form your own opinions on the course. Overall, it's okay. I'd probably, you know, if you want to do 5 stars, or if you want to do it out of 50, something like that, I'd probably put it at like a 35. Great tee pads for the most part. You know, you just want to make sure that they have these grip pads on them, which are longer than the actual pad itself. So you just want to make sure that you're on the pad when you throw. But I mean, but the pads themselves are nice. You just have to make sure that you know where you're stepping before you throw. All right. Oh, really? All right, 5 over. For a second there, I thought maybe I saved the par. All right, 5 over. This next hole is kind of cool. It's an ace run. This next hole's ace run. It should be anyway. All right. This hole's 15? 15, all right. Hole 15, 226 feet, hyzer. This is all day long ace run. 226, slightly downhill. I'm gonna throw the Reco X. But you see here, this is what I'm kind of talking about. I don't know if you can see the pad here, but you see how it's got a longer, the grip pad is longer than the actual box. So some of these, it's even longer than this. So you might be standing on it thinking you're on the pad and you go to move and then you hit this thing and you trip. So just be aware of that. But the actual pad itself, when you throw, feels great, lots of grip. Looks like throwing on Velcro. Not Velcro, like sandpaper. It's nice. Okay, so Reco X, I want to go down that right gap and have it fade back to the basket. No, I went in the left gap. I missed it. All right, let's try one more. You know what? I'll throw a Svea, this glow Svea. This glow plastic should be more stable, so it's not gonna be like a fuse. It's got the numbers of a fuse, but I think in the glow plastic it's more stable. So just be aware if you get the glow plastic. And I'll show you here. I'm gonna throw this kind of flat. Never mind. Never mind, it's a fuse. All right. And let's just throw the Nord. Avoid the Nord. Same thing with the Reco, just kind of. All right. Those are my ace run attempts today. Not that great. I threw both the Reco X and the Nord inside. I missed my line on them. That wasn't good. They took the net down. It's interesting. There's usually a net on the left here to protect people on hole 16, but somebody took it down, looks like. I don't know if that's just for the winter or what, but. Alrighty, my Reco X wound up over here. Okay, I see the basket. Can I spike it in? Get around it. Now sit. Oh, that was a tree save. That tree saved me. I was going to be way left, but that tree put me right next to the basket. So that'll be 5 over. Going into hole 16. My fuse, my Svea. Oh, here's my Nord. I didn't realize it was this far right. But that fuse got, or geez, I keep saying fuse, the Svea got knocked down, I thought, closer to the basket. So let's see what we can find up here. Oh my gosh, the Svea is parked. I got some tree love on that one. Look at that. I'm glad I looked over here. I'd have been looking in the woods over there forever. And save the par with that one. 2 tree loves. That hole. Got the par. Could have had the birdie had I been playing the Svea instead. All right, let's see. There we go. Moving on to hole 16. We go left from here. I do feel like holes 13 through 18 feel like a different course. I actually enjoy these holes much better than most of the front. Once again, that's just me. But I feel like these holes are just more fair for more people. All right, 252 par 3. This is just a straight hyzer shot. It starts to hyzer kind of early, so I think I'm gonna take a fork. I'm gonna throw it on a hyzer because I want it to go left, but I want it to push forward a little bit longer. So if I throw it on a hyzer, that understability should hopefully keep it straight long enough before it starts to tail off that hopefully I'll be at the basket. Just kind of a big not a spike hyzer, but close to it. There we go, get up there. Oh, I caught a limb. Oh, that was looking so good. All right, you know what? Throw the Stig, the 6-speed version of that disc. Same shot, let's see what happens. There we go, that should be it. That's perfect. That is perfect. Oh, I hit another limb. Good gosh. Alrighty. I thought that was going to be all over the basket, and I hit another late branch. So apparently you got to have another big power arm to hit a low hyzer shot like that. You can't throw it high and just let it fade to the basket because it's completely covered with overhang by these tree limbs. God, I thought that Stig was going to be just perfect. Those kind of hurt your soul when you let it go and you're like, that's it, I'm on the basket. And then dink. All right, here's the falk. And just for giggles here, little flex forehand with the falk. Woo! Look at that. That was nice. Now, where did the Stig crash out after we hit that tree? Thought I would be right here. Did I get closer? Where did I go? Which way did he go, George? What in the world? All right. It's a bright orange disc. I shouldn't be. Oh, I got it. I see it. Alrighty. I was hoping maybe I got closer. Maybe I fought through. Guess what? I did not. Alrighty. Kind of in these trees a bit. All right, yarn on the flex forehand. Get down. A little bit too high. Let's try the Stig. That was a better shot. That's a better shot if I wasn't trying to run it. If I was just trying to put it under the basket, take my par and go, that would have been it. But where's the fun in that, right? If you're not running it, you're trying to win. Not that I'm playing this anybody right now, but all right. This would have been the easy par. This way back here is that I tried to run it, blast it in, par save. Get left, dang it. All right. It's just one of them days. think I had a favorite color on these. Man, these discs feel so good though. Let's see. That plastic is just perfect. I do have a new Prodigy bag as well that I'm going to look at doing a video with Prodigy, throwing all Prodigy stuff. I'm going to try to do it on Friday if I can. We'll see. And I'm trying to figure out what course I want to go do it at. It's going to be one I haven't done before, of course, because I want to kind of bring light to some of these courses around the area that I don't play often, or that might not get a lot of foot traffic, or at least not foot traffic from me. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do like Creekside or Pluck Farm, something like that. Alrighty, hole 17. This is an interesting hole. Straight shot down the gap and then just finishes slightly right. So it's either a forehand or a turnover backhand. I think turnover backhand is the right play. I'm going to throw the falk here. And let's see what we can do. Oh, that was ripped, but it's just right. Oh man, I turned it over. I'm going to do the same shot, but I'm going to throw it with the lots. Or actually, you know what? I haven't thrown the malm on a backhand yet. This might be the chance for me to do that. The malm on a backhand. Let's see here. Oh, good Lord, that is perfect. That might be my new favorite disc. Oh my goodness. I saw that the video from Joe had another round the other week, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to give Kastaplast a big try, is because of how much he liked that malm. And I was like, you know what? I want to try it. I want to see what that disc is like. Let me just do a whole bag of Kastaplast and try out everything they've got, or most everything they've got, and see how I like it. And he is absolutely correct. That malm is very nice. I don't think I trust the numbers on it though, because the numbers make it seem like it's super stable, but it is not. It is a sweet stability on it. It is definitely not a beefcake like the numbers kind of imply. And I know I've been doing score, but not really. I'm just kind of playing different discs, just messing around, but the score thing was just because it's kind of what you do when you play, is you keep score, but I'm not really out here to score. I'm out here just to show off the course, show off these discs. Let people see a course they haven't seen before, and maybe see a few discs that you might not have seen before. But you can get all of these Kastaplast discs at Yeat Street Discs in Morrisville, North Carolina, or from YeatStreetDiscs.com. They carry the full lineup of Kastaplast, as well as a lot of other discs. But if you're looking for Kastaplast in specific, they've got the entire lineup. If you're interested in checking them out. Let's see. Big Spikeheiser putt here, kind of. There's nothing on the left side. There we go, under the basket. Okay, perfect. Easy par with the malm. The falk, I turned it over too much. It was a great shot. Out of the hand, I was like, oh, that is bombed. But it was a -2 understable disc, and I just ripped over on it a little bit too much. So I bombed it right into the trees. All right, let's see here. Should be an easy par putt. This is about 18 feet. Ish. Should not miss this putt ever. I know I have, and I will again, but that doesn't mean it should happen. Just get middle of the basket. There we go. I'm liking that putt. I was trying for a while that Marweed putt where he did the video about how it comes down and then up, and Stokely was talking about keep it vertical here because when you come up it's going to release flat. If you go down flat, it's going to release nose down, and all that made sense. And I tried it and it wasn't quite working, so in the backyard I started working on more straight on to the basket, getting it vertical, bringing it down here to the hip, and then just pushing straight forward to the basket, but leaving it vertical. And then when I push, it's perfectly flat. And I feel like I get a much better line on the disc doing it that way. It's definitely a push putt. It's not a spin putt because there's a little bit of spin to it, but it's not a ton of spin. But it is flat and it is straight. And when it comes out right, you feel it immediately. It's like, it feels like you didn't even have anything in your hand. It feels like you just pushed air and it just goes straight into the basket. It's amazing when it works. And you're like, this is what I need to focus on because it feels so good when it works that if I can get it to feel this way every time, then I'll probably start making more putts. This is nice. They redid the pad here. It's been a while since I've been here, and this pad, last time I was here, it was completely broken. Like it had cracks all in it. It was a rough pad. It looks like they poured new concrete and resurfaced it. That's nice. Hole 18, 273 foot par 3, hyzer shot. Straight right hand hyzer, backhand. Straight down the middle. At the very end, it just tails off to the right. So, you know what? I haven't thrown this today. So I have two of these. This one I'm gonna get dyed. This is the E-Dog 75 negative 0.51, I believe. Yeah, 2, I'm sorry, 75 negative 0.52. But I'm gonna get this one dyed by Melissa, and I'll throw this one later. But I've got this K1 grind plastic. This is their recycled plastic. So I'm throwing this one for now until I get that one dyed. I'll be throwing that one, but the E-Dog. 273 feet. Oh, that is nice. I just missed my line. That was beautiful shot. I started too far left. Man, that was a nice shot. But you know what? Let's see. Throw the Malm again. 10-4-0 2.5. Let's try this again. That is beautiful, man. That is a great disc. Oh my gosh. It just feels good. Like, that thing fits my hand perfectly. Both of those were great shots. They were just off, or the E-Dog was offline. The Malm was fine. It just had a little, it definitely has that extra stability to it, but it's not an overpowering stability. Like, you don't throw it and you feel like that's just too much beef. I'm never going to be able to throw that. That thing, man, when that thing starts to beat in, that's going to be a bomber. They're both almost in the same position. They both hit similar trees, but all right. So the E-Dog right here, not much to it. Horrible line. Maybe a forehand roller just to try to get it close enough to putt. Let's see what the Malm has. All right, the Malm does have a flex forehand, but big headwind right here coming off that highway. Big headwind, so if I put something up on the flex line like that, it might knock it straight down, or it might grab it and throw it hard left. Or I could go with another forehand roller here. I could try to maybe slam a forehand right down that line. Let's try that and see what happens. This is gonna try to get it within side circle 1. I'm just gonna try to blast a forehand with a yarn straight at the trees in front of the basket and just try to get it close enough to make a putt. Nope. Slightly missed the line on that, but now let's go to the E-Dug. Although that would have been my forehand roller disc too, but I'm gonna do a Nord on the forehand roller from over here and see which one gets closer. Oh, bad. That was not good. You know what? Let's try the E-Dug. I hit a dead log. I guess by definition a log is dead to begin with if it's a log. So none of these are close. The yarn though is closest, I believe. Where did the E-Dug go? I might should have paid attention to where that disc just rolled to, because I do not see it. Oh wow. Wow. It rolled a lot further than I thought. Good gracious, this is a par putt. 100% all day a par putt. That was the worst shot. All right, but I'm gonna play the yarn because that was the first one I took. But I mean, this E-Dog was 30 feet. Somehow it got lucky and rolled all the way down there. I thought it hit the log and died, but it hit the log and just kept rolling. That'll teach you, keep your eye on the disc until it stops. Unless you don't care about losing a disc, then do whatever you want. All right. Let's go back over here. Try to get this in a position where, once again, this course is not cart friendly. Although if you stay in the fairway on this hole, it'll be perfectly fine. If you get in the woods, you are in for some trouble. All right. I can make this. Easy shot, easy putt. Little turnover anti-putt. Just get it up and over. Get in. Oh, dang it. Get it. Oh. I love those Anheuser putts. I like those much more than Heiser putts. I love to watch it fly through the air and then come back into the basket. But this was a fun round. Nope, wait, geez. Headwind. Remember I just said headwind? About 3-4 minutes ago. Oh, I didn't see the guy behind me. There's a guy behind me. Sorry. All right. Let me get out of his way. I'm done with this round anyway. All right. Hopefully you got to see the course, learn something from it, learn something from my incredibly bad play. but definitely know for sure. I recommend coming out to play it. Like I say, I would give it probably a 35 out of 50, 3.5 out of 5. You know, if you wanted to look at it that way, you know, like a 60 out of 100, somewhere around there. But definitely come out, give it a shot. You know, when you park at hole 1, this is the way back. You kind of walk on the back side of the dog park. Probably not going to be very cart friendly, as I mentioned before. Okay, it's a little cart friendly, but narrow, super narrow. But definitely come out and give it a try when you get the chance. You might, like I kind of said before, you might be better off going back, parking back at hole 13, just so you're not having to do this. Well, you have to do this walk anyway, but whatever. Play it however you want. Just come out and enjoy it. Have fun playing disc golf. That's what we're out for, right? We're here to have fun, get outside, get some exercise, and throw some plastic, which is what Kastaplast means, by the way, in Swedish. Kasta means throw, plast means plastic. Throw plastic, Kastaplast. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you again next time.